Hey, it's Alesha Brown, the Joy Guru, and I know it's a new week, and I wanted to just come on live real quick to give you some motivation. You know, in the world we live in, so many people look for the day, they look for the chance to say, I made it. Everyone defines success differently, but there's a certain level of achievement, of accomplishment they want, so they can finally say, I made it. I'm coming to you at the beginning of this week to tell you what was dropped in my spirit today is that it's time for us to change the narrative in what we're saying. Instead of looking for the opportunity to finally say, I made it, you should be saying, I am made by God. Now, what's the difference? Well, the difference is if you're always looking to say, I made it, or a certain level of success to say, I made it, that level is going to change. Today's millions will not help you tomorrow. The standard is already changing. You know, people wanted to get to 7 figures and be a millionaire. Now the goal is 8 and 9 figures. And if you're focused on that, you're always on a level of achievement, a level of success that the bar is always being raised and you never fulfill and you're never accomplished. But if you know how to change the narrative and say, I am made by God, then it won't matter how the world defines success. It doesn't matter if that high bar is always changing and going higher and higher. If you know that you are made by God, and that is your declaration, then you know as you go into the world, as you navigate, as you go upon the purpose in your life, because everyone was born with the purpose. And if you belong to Him, there are certain promises that come to you. So let's change the narrative this week. I hope you have a blessed and prosperous week. I want you to live in full joy. I want you to live in full happiness. But let's change our conversation because the power of life and death is in our tongue. Let's change the narrative. Instead of looking for that level to finally say we made it, let's change the narrative to I am made by God. Because if I know I'm His, and if I know I am made by God, if I've claimed Him as my Lord and Savior, then I know there are certain promises that He has in store for me. I can have those things I speak. I can have those things He's promised over my life. I will be the lender and not the borrower. I will be above and not beneath. There are certain things, no matter what it looks like, no matter how this world order changes, no matter what calamity is going on, I will be blessed and prosperous because I am His. Change your narrative this week. And when you change that narrative and say, I am made by God, may you see life through a new set of eyes. May you have clearer visions and bigger visions and know fulfillment and purpose, not according to world standards, but simply as He has designed and He has made you to be. Because when you know I am made by God, then there's no more apologies to be said. There's no more walking in rooms asking for permission or conducting yourself in an order as if you're beneath or you're below or you haven't arrived. You know that your steps are ordered and you'll know that your steps are blessed. That's how we need to talk. I am made by God and know that I'm walking in His authority. To know that I have what I want, to know I have what I need, to know that I don't have to worry about things because He's got it. And I just need to listen and put my ear next to His heart for what the instructions are for this hour, for this day, for this time, for this purpose. Change that narrative. And if you do one more thing for me, share this post because someone needs to hear this. People are dying because they're so fixated on achieving a certain level of success, and it changes and it changes, and they're never good enough, and they're never, satisfied, and they're never accomplished enough, and they're dying. And there are people that financially and naturally have everything they could desire. They have enough for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 generations, and they're walking around like they're in lack. They're walking around struggling. They're walking around worrying themselves sick because they're judging by the world standards instead of walking in the assurity and the confidence that I am made by God. Not that I've made it, but I'm made by God. Share this and bless someone's soul. And as always, put your comments down below because I want to hear them. I want to hear how this message has made a difference. I want to hear when you meditate and pray on this, the difference it's going to make in your life. Have a blessed and prosperous week from Alesha Brown, the Joy Guru. Bye-bye for now.